Welcome back to another explainer. Today, we're diving into something that, let's be honest, impacts almost every single one of us, our daily commute. We're looking at how scientists and engineers are quietly, completely transforming our travel from the ground up, all by using artificial intelligence. Think about the sheer volume of cars on the road today. It's wild, right? Urban planners have been battling gridlock for a century, but for a really long time, the tools they had were basically just, well, glorified stopwatches. Now we're talking about a massive shift from static, dumb infrastructure to a dynamic, thinking grid. So if you value efficiency, or if you're just totally exhausted from staring at someone's bumper for an hour every morning, you are definitely in the right place. We're going to unpack how this technology is actually being deployed right now to create much smarter cities and infinitely smoother commutes.
We all absolutely know the deeply frustrating reality of driving in a busy city. You're just trying to get home, or maybe you're rushing to an important meeting, and suddenly, you are just trapped. You're sitting in this endless sea of red taillights, inching forward maybe a few feet at a time, waiting at these endless red lights while your stress levels literally go through the roof. It's a universal pain point. I mean, this costs humanity billions of hours in lost productivity and wasted fuel every single year. But what if that shared misery didn't actually have to be the norm? So what if traffic jams just became a thing of the past? It kind of sounds like science fiction, right? Like some utopian dream from an old 1950s magazine. But as the data clearly shows, the foundation for this reality is already being laid right beneath our tires.
Okay, let's dive into this. To really understand how we fix this massive mess at the street level, we kind of have to zoom way, way out. Imagine just stepping away from your steering wheel and walking into this omniscient, high-tech control room. We are talking about AI-powered traffic control centers that monitor thousands of vehicles in real time. For decades, our cities have just relied on these super rigid, pre-programmed timers. And the thing is, those timers don't know the difference between a totally chaotic Monday morning rush hour and a completely dead Sunday afternoon. They just blindly cycle, green, yellow, red, over and over. Artificial intelligence completely flips that script. It acts as this dynamic, living brain for the city's infrastructure. It's constantly watching the flow of vehicles, constantly learning from our daily human habits, and adapting to the actual, second-by-second conditions on the ground. It's literally the difference between trying to navigate by memorizing an old map versus actually driving with your eyes open.
So how does this actually work? Well, it breaks down into a lightning-fast, highly logical three-step process. First up, the AI monitors thousands of vehicles in real time. It's scooping up massive amounts of data from intersection cameras, road sensors, and even connected GPS systems across the entire city grid. Second, and this is key, it doesn't just stockpile that data. It actively analyzes the traffic patterns. The AI can instantly recognize where congestion is just starting to build up, or, on the flip side, where a mile-long stretch of road is completely wide open. Finally, step 3 is the actionable output. The system adjusts the traffic lights right on the fly to keep things moving. If it sees a huge wave of cars approaching a major intersection, it can just hold the green light a few seconds longer to let them clear out. It's this continuous, rapid-fire loop of seeing, thinking, and acting that a human operator simply could never manage at this kind of scale.
So how does this continuous loop actually translate into real-world value for us? Well, just compare these two scenarios. On one side, we have the painful status quo we're all used to, a busy city completely plagued with red lights, smog, and brutal traffic jams. It's wildly inefficient, it's terrible for emissions, and frankly, it's pretty dangerous. On the other side, we have the AI-driven alternative, smooth, continuously flowing intersections. But here is an absolutely vital detail from the research. In this automated system, emergency vehicles get absolute priority. Since the AI controls the whole grid, it can spot an ambulance or a fire truck from miles away and instantly begin clearing a path for it. It perfectly times those green lights, literally parting the traffic ahead of time like the Red Sea. So, it's not just about getting you home faster to watch Netflix, it's literally about saving lives by drastically cutting down emergency response times when every single second matters.
But here is a really crucial point. We absolutely need to maintain a realistic perspective on all of this. As fascinating as this technology is, we have to look at it impartially. AI is an incredibly powerful tool for optimizing flow and cutting down delays, but as our source explicitly notes, however, it cannot solve every traffic problem on its own, right? It's not magic. An algorithm cannot suddenly widen a tiny, two-lane historic downtown road to fit thousands of extra SUVs. It definitely can't prevent extreme weather, like a sudden massive blizzard from slowing drivers down to a crawl. And it certainly cannot fix unpredictable human error behind the wheel, like, someone texting and rear-ending the car right in front of them. Recognizing the realistic, physical limitations of any technology is just as important as understanding its capabilities when we're trying to grasp the whole picture of urban planning.
And this brilliantly illustrates what happens when you take that AI traffic control out of isolation and scale it up. You basically get a modern smart city, and the core benefits just ripple outwards to affect everyone. We're talking about faster travel, which means happier drivers, which directly translates to a whole lot less road rage. We're looking at safer roads with way fewer of those super jarring start-and-stop rear-end collisions. We create much more efficient cities overall, with faster, totally automated responses to changing conditions like a sudden detour or unexpected roadwork. And of course, significantly reduced delays. This isn't just some neat engineering experiment. It's about giving millions of people their precious time back. I mean, just think about the environmental impact alone. Eliminating the emissions of thousands of idling engines that are just sitting there at empty intersections. It's a holistic, totally necessary upgrade to our modern urban environments.
By the way, I should definitely mention that the incredible concepts and the data we've unpacked today come directly from a really fantastic report by Future Tech Insider. If you're as curious as I am about all this stuff, and you want to dive even deeper into the data that's shaping our tomorrow, I highly recommend checking out their work. They consistently put out really grounded, fascinating insights into the emerging tech that's rewriting the rules of how we live and move.
So, we've seen the data, we've walked through the rapid-fire logic of these AI control centers, and we've weighed the incredible, literally life-saving benefits against the very real physical limitations of the tech. So I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought to chew on. Would you actually trust AI to control traffic in your city? Are you ready to hand over the keys to the intersections in the name of a way smoother commute? Or does the idea of an algorithm running the streets kind of make you want to just stick to those old-school stoplights? It's definitely something to think about the next time you find yourself stuck at a red light with absolutely no cross-traffic in sight. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I will see you next time.